Well, it's 2 o'clock here the day before our game here versus UConn, and I know there's a lot of rumors floating around. Is this game going to happen? I have no idea. We have not been notified by UConn that the game is off, so I'm assuming that the game is on, and that's how we're going to prepare. I know guys may have questions about Georgetown as well. I have no idea what's going on with Georgetown. Again, I really don't care. We're just going to prepare for whoever's right in front of us. So it can be frustrating. You can get caught up in all the, hey, who are we playing? When are we playing? That game, we did that stuff last year. Again, we got to move forward, and so our sole focus is to keep our players healthy and safe, and to become a better team, and to prepare whoever's right in front of us. UConn, talk about them. Obviously they're 10th in the country in blocking shots. They're really long, but really athletic. Coach Hurley's got a team that plays really hard and very, very physical. Sonogo is one of the best big men in the entire country. I think he had over 30 points against Auburn down in the Bahamas. He was injured there for a stretch, and when they've had him, man, they're a completely different team, and he's back. He's a tremendous player. R.J. Cole, senior point guard, terrific player. He leads them in scoring. He's one of the better point guards in the country. And I think where UConn makes their hay is on the offensive glass. That's what they're known for, right? They're 13th in the country in offensive rebounding percentage. We got to keep them off the glass. So it all starts with physicality. I think that's really important in this game when you play against Coach Hurley's teams. You got to meet the challenge on the glass. You got to defend the post with Sonogo, and you got to be tough. And if we do those things, we'll give ourselves a chance to get our second Big East win.
Travis, in terms of the way UConn likes to play, are they going to be primarily a man defensive team? Or are they going to look to slow it down offensively and be more methodical? How will they look?
Yeah, they're definitely a man-to-man team. I think they play 2 possessions of zone all year. They'll press here and there sporadically, but they're going to be a high ball pressure team in the half court. R.J. Cole, they got all these athletes, Jackson, Tyrese Martin. They're big, strong, athletic, and they try to bully you, right? So they're going to try to deny some passes, high ball pressure, try to create a lot of their offense off their defense, which they do a great job of. They're a team, if you look at their pace of play, it can be a little misleading with KenPom, because if they create a turnover or they block a shot, which they're elite at blocking shots. I think they had 6 blocks in the first 5 minutes against Michigan State down in the Bahamas. And Michigan State's got a tremendous team, great size. It just ignites their break. It's like all of a sudden they're at the rim dunking the ball because they have all these incredible athletes in size and length. So they play fast, but when they do decide to run their offense, they play really slow. So you look at their pace of play, and KenPom is going to be they're one of the slower teams in the country, but they actually do look to push, especially when they have numbers and creating some offense off their defense.
Is there anything, like, how do you use that Villanova film to maybe teach your guys and get better from that experience?
I think both ends, number one, the physicality. I thought I was really disappointed with our wall-ups. A wall-up for us would be anytime a guy picks up the ball in the paint area, right? That could be after a post move, could be after at the end of a drive. It could be a guy gets an offensive rebound, right? And he's about to go back up and finish. Walling a guy up, showing your hands, but being physical. We went for way too many shot fakes around the rim. And guys literally got layup with nobody between them and the rim. And that's a problem. Xavier, our defense is built, you have to score over us. Not around us, but you got to score over us. So I think that's number one. Number two, we got to work for our offense. I felt like we were, especially in the second half, I thought our shot selection was poor. Our turnovers were horrendous, just very casual, lackadaisical turnovers. Whether that was on a post feed, or whether it was honestly just a normal, just reversal pass up the floor. We got to take care of the ball. Again, when you play against Nova is an extremely disciplined team, and you have to beat them with discipline. We weren't able to do that. So we got to be a lot more disciplined on the offensive end moving forward.
Zach Freemantle, he's such a dynamic presence offensively. He can score in a bunch of ways, but he's kind of been relegated to the bench a little bit in some second halves recently because of his defense. What's that process look like to get him right at that end of the floor and help him and help turn him into a player who can not only score at one end, but can be productive and stop people at the other end.
Yeah, I think Zach, we needed to be really good at both ends, right? Like you said, and he can. And he can. He didn't get any reps for about 4 months, and then all of a sudden, like, you're in the midst of practice, and we're trying to keep practice tighter right now, especially for those guys that have been going since, early October. Zach's got to get extra reps, and we're getting him extra reps outside of practice, but also kind of being conscious of, hey, he's come back from a foot injury as well, right? We don't give him too many reps. So, just kind of watching, being careful of how much workload we give him, but at the same time, he needs those reps defensively, because you think about like where he struggled on the defensive end, shot fakes, going for just things around the rim, just being a little bit strong, a little bit tougher around the rim, blockouts. He can do those things. He's quick enough, he's athletic enough, and I've told him this, listen, if we do any sprint tests on our team, he's gonna finish 1 or 2. He's gonna finish 1 or 2, he's 6'9", 230 pounds. So like it has to mean a lot to him, because listen, I wasn't born last night. We need Zach on the floor, right? He's a great player, but we need Zach on the floor being really good on both ends, right? And I know for our team to reach its ceiling, he's got to be a really good defensive player, which he can't be. And he's shown spurts of that during his career here at Xavier. It needs to be an all-the-time thing, though, moving forward. And because, again, we do need him on the floor.
With UConn's size, is this a game where it's like you're going to need all your big men? Are you going to play 2 bigs at the same time? Is this a game where you maybe throw out the smaller lineup, or how do you think about that when you're going against a team that's going to throw out 6'9", 7 foot in the front court?
Yeah, I think probably even more important than just the size, Adam, is just the toughness, the mentality that you got to have. And you got to move those guys back. We're not going to win any jumping contests against UConn. Again, I told our guys that. They look at me like I'm great. I said, fellas, like, those dudes can go touch the top of the backboard, right? Like, we ain't got anybody that can do that, right? So we got to create a pocket for that rebound. I almost want, we do this drill in practice where the ball's got to hit the floor before we rebound, and scout guys can't, nobody can touch the ball, or we got to restart. We got to get perfect 7 in a row, right, to get out of the drill. And that's how it has to be against UConn. I watched our game film from last year against UConn. First possession, Tyrese Martin offensive rebound. You got to set the tone early. And again, they don't have one guy. It's their wings. Like Andre Jackson's going to fly in there and jump off a trampoline. Tyrese Martin's going to fight for the ball. Sonoga, Whaley, they got all these guys, man. So I think it starts with mentality, but I do think we're going to need our depth. I know that. Deontay, all these guys, Cesar, we got to throw bodies at these guys and be physical, because it's an absolute war in there.
You mentioned right at the top, I'm sure it's frustrating, the scheduling stuff and not knowing if you're even going to play tomorrow. The Georgetown game just got canceled. If openings do present themselves in the schedule, I would think that priority number 1 would be, hey, if we can maybe find another Big East team to get a game in, if we both got availability. But like beyond that, would you look at maybe adding non-conference games? Are you even allowed to do that this year if you got into a situation where it's 2-3 weeks between games or something extreme like that?
We've tried to get that cleared through the Big East office, and we have not gotten that cleared yet. Obviously, we played our max number of games. If we have 20 league games, right, you get 11 non-conference games, totals adds up to 31 total games. So we're our max non-conference right now if we play 20 league games. We have not got it cleared from the Big East to, say for example, at Georgetown, right? Like they can't play us. They canceled on us on the 4th. That we could play, whoever, Kentucky, Kansas, somebody outside the Big East. We have not gotten that cleared. We've tried. We're working on it. I don't think anybody knew, Adam. You're starting to see, listen, the rules have changed like within our league, right? There's no more forfeit policy, right? And I don't think anybody could foresee the numbers exploding around us like they have 2 months ago, right? you got this whole new variant and it's going through and we're all trying to adjust. We got a lot of smart people there in the Big East office that are trying to figure everything out, and we got to trust that they will, and that our, we're going to keep all of our student athletes safe and healthy. But trust me, I said, we want to play games. Our guys want to play. We'll play anybody, anywhere. We just need to, again, we want games. I want to get as many games in as we possibly can. Hopefully those are Big East games, right? Because we would love to play 20 Big East games, have a true round, true champion round robin. And again, I think that will happen if I had to guess. But again, can't really, tell the future either.
You got a Christmas break a little bit here, a week off. Do you think that was like a good timing for you guys, or would you have rather gotten right back out there after that Villanova game and gotten another one?
Yeah, I wish we would have been able to go back out there. I really didn't have a good Christmas. When you lose a game, man, that's all you think about while you're on break, right? Is what could we have done differently? Why, you start dissecting everything. Not only from the Villanova game, but you go back and you look at patterns before that game, but again, obviously glad our guys were able to get home for Christmas. We actually practiced Christmas night just to get our guys back because we knew we were going to play here on the 28th. So we had 2 days of practice leading up to this UConn game. So, a lot of people, probably a lot of fans don't understand the sacrifice that our players make. Right? A lot of those guys, whether it's Freemantle coming back from Jersey, DeJuan coming from Atlanta, Colby coming from Birmingham, they really didn't get to spend Christmas Day at all with their families, right? And our manager did the same thing. We had all of our student managers here on that night helping with practice, so which we're so appreciative of. But again, it's good to get a break, but I wish we would have got a win that